All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, double honors to the elders at Great Millstone, and salutations to the Akim that's teaching the truth and sincerity. All right, this is a GMS current events. This is going to be a new series of current events, of being a watchman, being a prophet. I ran into some videos giving updates on the R.F.I D chip, which is the mark of the beast, and some articles that's going into how the police are going to have new scanners, eye scanners or iris scanners, to have your identification in their system, showing you all the part of the agenda of the New World Order, of the elites of the society. Okay, so we're just going to get into it.
Swiss scientists say they may have found a way to help people lose weight by implanting a computer chip into their arms. Researchers are developing the device, which can scan the blood for fat and other things.
Notice she grabbed her right arm when she said that.
When an obese person eats too much, it will release hormones that suppress hunger. Well, they say it will stop releasing those hormones once the person reaches a healthy weight. According to the CDC, 78 million adults in the United States suffer with obesity. That's 34%, while 17% of children suffer with the disease. Researchers say the device could be an alternative to diet pills and weight loss surgeries, but that it could take a number of years before they can actually safely release it to the public. So Dr. Nina Radcliffe is here to tell us more about it. She practices at Atlantic
This bitch is ugly.
Care Regional Medical Center, studied biomedical science and ethics at the University of California in Riverside. Dr. Nina, as I like to call you, good to see you.
Thank you.
All right, so can this work?
Yes.
How does it work exactly?
So it functions as a thermostat. It's implanted in your body and it monitors the blood levels of your fat. When it reaches a certain threshold, then it releases a hormone that tells your body that you are full and will send a signal to your brain to stop eating.
Showing you, our people is just brain dead, man. Our people are brain dead. They need some type of machinery in their body to tell them to stop eating. What the hell is wrong with you people, man? Our people are just destroyed, man. People in general are just destroyed, but I'm only talking to the Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Mexicans. You need a machine in your body to tell you to stop eating. No discipline, no structure. Our people just need death, man.
Is it dangerous?
I don't think so. I mean, we're using the system for insulin for diabetics. So it monitors blood sugar levels. When it reaches a certain threshold, it releases insulin. So we're using the same concept that we're using for diabetics.
So somebody walks into your office, you look at them. Who's a candidate and who is not a candidate for this?
Well, there's many candidates. As you said earlier, about 2/3 of Americans are considered obese. This is a technological advancement. We use technology in every aspect of our lives. Look at our smartphones. There's calculators. There's
Yeah. 2/3 of our people are obese. Yeah, 2/3 of our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. 2/3 of our people don't have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the scriptures. 2/3 of our people don't know who they are. 2/3 of our people are going to die for not believing in our power. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah.
calendars in there. There's everything. This is just a modified version to applying it to the way we eat.
You know, during the commercial break, you and I were talking about why you like this. You said there's so many people who take diet pills and do things that are not healthy, and you see the end result of that.
Right. Look at Fen-Phen. It was a complete fiasco. People died from it. They had everlasting changes to their heart and their lungs that they're dying from earlier in life than they would have normally done that. And just recently, the FDA found that there's a number of these popular dietary supplements that actually contain amphetamines. That's not good.
Talk to me a little bit about the hormones and all this. You mentioned diabetes. Are there any long-lasting effects that could be negative? Because
look at this damn news station. This should look like it's straight out of Star Trek, man. They look like they're in the damn future. People 20 years ago, 15 years ago, they would never imagine this shit. This should look like a spaceship.
When you start to play with people's hormones, your cortisol level, whatever you're dealing with, it can have long-lasting effects.
It can. And so our Mother Nature has a system in place already, and it's a balance of a seesaw for hunger hormones as well as when you're full. So we're going to try to rebalance the seesaw that people are facing with and having challenges with.
And This versus because I call this one of those forms of Uber dieting, when you get really serious. This versus actually being a little overweight, you would choose this over that?
Well, I think that's where you have to discuss this with your physician. Is this best for you? A little bit overweight, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, but we're looking at people who are 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 150 pounds overweight. This could be a very good alternative to having surgery or taking these dangerous diet supplements that we don't know what their effects are.
Dr. Nina Radcliffe, who I declare should never even have to think about this in terms of dieting, even though you said you were glad it was on the market.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And this is exactly how they're going to get our people, man. But the men of the Lord, they're going to get caught up into this. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Now, they sitting there pushing this whole shit. Oh, we going to give you this chip to tell you, to let you know that your body doesn't, that you're full and that you don't need to eat no more. They just trying to sugarcoat it. They trying to sugarcoat our people into taking this R.F.I.D chip, which is the mark of the beast. But there ain't no sugarcoating it. The scriptures is plain. Whoever shall take that, they're going to die. They're going to be destroyed in the second death, which is that thermonuclear fire. The men of the Lord ain't going to be ignorant to this. You got brothers that's overweight. You got brothers that's heavy, that's overweight. But they ain't going to take no damn chip to tell them to stop eating. Okay? You got men that's going to come into this truth that had eating problems when they was in the world. But they ain't going to take no damn chip to tell them to stop eating, that they full. Okay? Because they know, according to the scriptures, that that's the mark of the beast. All right? Let's get it. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and in bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. He causeth all nations, he causeth all people, both small and great, from the smallest nation to the greatest nation, rich and poor, from the richest nations to the richest people, to the poorest people, free and bond, to the men that's locked up, to the people that's locked up, and the people that's free. Okay, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, now let's find out what that word mark is in the Greek. Okay, to the brothers in the know, I know y'all know, but this is for anybody else that's watching, because you got a lot of Bible believers. You got a lot of end time people that know that we're in the end times. Okay, so the Greek word here is charagma. Charagma. Okay.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Okay. Which means a stamp, an imprint, a mark. Of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. The mark branded upon horses, things carved, sculptured, graven work of idolatrous image. Okay? And this is the image of the New World Order. This is the image of the elites. Okay? This is the stamp or the imprint, the imprinted mark of the elites. Okay? To show that you're sheeple and that you're their slaves, you're their property. That's the reason for the mark of the beast. That's the reason for the R.F.I.D chip. Okay? It ain't for no damn to tell your ass to stop eating. Okay? That's so you could be branded. So you can be known as their property. Okay? I got another video. Here we go. Now this is the chip. This is the chip commercial. Children's Health Insurance Program. They gonna push that vibration of chip, okay, in this new age. They gonna push that word chip. They gonna push the vibration chip. Get the chip. Children's Health Insurance Program. All right, your kids don't have insurance. Tell them to get the chip. Get the chip. Which soon, all right, it might be a health insurance program now, but later on down the line, in a couple of more months, Lord willing, next month or a couple of months of next year, they're going to turn it into the R.F.I.D chip. Okay, if you want your kids to continue to have health insurance, okay, if you need service for your kids, get the chip. Get the R.F.I.D chip. And that's how they're gonna get the multitude of your people, man. Through your kids. Through you, and that's how they're gonna get your men. That's how they're gonna get you men. Through your women and your kids.
Close to 90,000 kids in Utah don't have health insurance. Thankfully, the Children's Health Insurance Program, or CHIP, can change that.
It just sounds devilish when they say it, man. CHIP, CHIP.
With low premiums and reasonable copays, CHIP can help Utah families get the coverage they need.
One-year-old Gianluca is getting a well baby exam here at Salt Lake County Clinic. Parts of it he doesn't like very much.
It's incredibly important.
Dr. Wendy Hobson-Rohr says regular care is important for kids, and kids with insurance get more care.
So if they have insurance of some type, which would be if it's government sponsored by Medicaid or CHIP, they'll come
or CHIP
much more frequently than if they're uninsured and don't have any coverage.
For millions of kids like Gianluca and his sister Filardia, insurance costs are paid by the Children's Health Insurance Program, called CHIP for short. It pays for families who make too much to qualify for Medicaid, but too little to afford insurance. The Obama administration...
Look at this devil, man. This devil promoting CHIP. And who they got? An Israelite baby. They got an Israelite baby. A boy at that. Because they trying to kill off our people, man. They trying to destroy our people. That's the agenda of the elites.
Likes the CHIP program and the affordable...
They know, the elites know what the mark of the beast is. The elites know what the R.F.I.D chip is. They know what it is. Okay? And they want our people to have it because they want our people to be destroyed. All right?
CARE Act won't change it very much. The big change is to get more kids like Gianluca here into the program. Now, just over 8...
Get more kids like young Luca into the program. Get more Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans into the program. That's the agenda, man.
You know, ever since CHIP was reauthorized last year, there's been 2.6 million more children covered. So, you know, 2.6 million. CHIP was reauthorized last year. There's been 2.6 million. Ever since CHIP was reauthorized. Ever since CHIP was reauthorized last year. Ever since CHIP was reauthorized last year, there's been 2.6 million more children covered. So, you know, it's
2.6 million children that's going to be covered with this health insurance CHIP. That means in the future, 2.6 million people going to get that R.F.I.D chip, and they're going to be put to death. Okay? That's 2.6 million dead people. They spiritually putting this thing onto our kids. They spiritually putting this thing, that vibration of chip on our people. 2.6 million people got the chip. That's what she's saying. 2.6. So they putting that vibration upon our people, man.
shows that there was a great need and that this program is filling that need. And again,
it's a great need for this chip. This R.F.I.D chip.
We have so many folks calling in tonight. That means that there is a need out there. Again, this is open to children through age 18. We have these phone lines open until 7 o'clock tonight. You can call the number on your screen or go to KMBC.com and join in on an online chat. Larry? Healthcare and health insurance.
Okay, what else we got? Oh, got this clip from
Demetrios worked as
this movie James Bond, which they pushed the
middleman. Always knew how to put his hand on weapons.
The other purposes of the chip, the R.F.I.D chip.
And people who could use them. He worked with anyone who had money. For years he was involved with a man we knew as C.H.I.P, private banker to the world's terrorists. He invested their money and gave them access to it wherever they wanted. Oh, good. You're here. Albanian, we believe. Chess prodigy. A bit of a mathematical genius and liked to prove it by playing poker.
Esau's the devil. Of course they're going to do the opposite arm. But we know it's going to go into their right arm, right hand, or forehead.
Ow.
got his vital signs, his heart rate, his blood pressure.
So you can keep an eye on me?
Yes.
And that's the purpose of it, man. So they can keep an eye on us. That's the purpose of the R.F.I.D chip. Okay. What I wanted to get into next. Oh yeah. Who are the uninsured? The majority of the uninsured are low-income working families, reflecting the more limited availability of public coverage. Adults are more likely to be uninsured than children. People of color are at higher risk of being uninsured than non-Hispanic whites. Now you see that? Who's the people of color? You Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Mexicans. You Israelites. Okay? Are at higher risk of being uninsured than non-Hispanic whites, than crackers, Edomites. Okay, these are the charts. Over 6 in 10 of the uninsured have at least one full-time worker in their family, and 16% have a part-time worker in their family. Individuals below poverty are at higher risk of being uninsured. Who's in poverty? Who's in poverty? The Israelites, man. You Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Mexicans. You the ones that's impoverished. Okay? Individuals below poverty are at higher risk of being uninsured, and this group accounts for 38% of all the uninsured. The poverty level for a family of 4 was $23,050 in 2012. That's nothing, man. $23,000 ain't nothing in a year's time period. Okay, in total, 9 in 10 of the uninsured are in low or moderate income families, meaning they are below 400% of poverty. Okay, and this is the chart. All right, characteristics of non-literally uninsured 2012. Okay, this is non-white, this is crackers, this is blacks, and this is Hispanics. Okay, 5% is other. Okay, but we dealing with the tribes. Who gives a shit about the so-called white man? Okay, who gives a shit about Esau? It's you Jakes, man. You Jakes, you Israelites. It said the people of color. Okay, so what's that? That's 57? 5 and 2, 7, 1, 4, 47% of the people. Okay, y'all the people that's going to receive this health program, that Obamacare and the CHIP program. Okay, because that's the so-called help you out, but it's not going to help you out. It's ultimately going to destroy you, because that's the so-called white man's agenda for our people to get that chip. Okay, what's the next thing? Looking for. Oh, they got this new thing. Oh, here we go. The solo health station, which they putting in their pharmacies, your local pharmacies, Walmarts, and Sam's Club. Okay.
Meet this.
And this is all to prep you for the R.F.I.D chip. This is all to prep you to make you a better slave to the elites.
Solo Health Station.
You just constantly giving up your rights and your information to the elites. There's no more privacy in the society.
This amazing machine is bridging the gap for millions of Americans.
Welcome to the Solo Health Station.
By providing a wealth of healthcare knowledge through a free self-service screening program.
Please press one of the buttons below to begin. Your vision test will only take a
vision test, showing you that they setting up the retina scans, the iris scanners. Okay, so they can have you in their database. Come on, see.
Begin. Your vision test will only take a few minutes.
Think about it. No appointments, just what matters most to your consumers. A smarter way for them to manage their health care, and the clarity they need to pinpoint the products that are right for them. With the Solo Health Station, virtually every American will have access to weight management, blood pressure, and vision screening. a comprehensive health risk assessment, as well as an in-store symptom checker all in one sitting. Hundreds of Solo Health stations have been deployed, piloted, and proven to be a strong asset to retail health and wellness strategies. We are now rolling out thousands more over the remainder of this year and next. The self-service healthcare revolution has begun. Solo Health is reinventing point-of-purchase opportunities for advertisers unlike any in the market. The average Solo Health station user engages with the product for 4 minutes. That's twice the length of this video. Users enter their age, gender, and ethnicity. During the screening process, they are asked a series of lifestyle and behavioral questions. This approach allows for hyper-targeting of your messages. Additionally, the entire Solo Health Station ad platform is remotely managed and upgradable, delivering unmatched flexibility. Solo Health is the only platform to incorporate your message based on our consumers' answers to demographic and lifestyle questions. And
basically, you can watch this yourself. They're just promoting this Meet Solo Health Station, which is to put our people into slavery, man. To give all your information, your heart rate, your blood pressure, to give all that up, okay, to the elites and put it into their database. All right, this is The Verge. Okay, this is an article I found. We know who you are. The scary new technology of iris scanners. The technology of Minority Report is closer than you think. Okay, last month, a company called A.O.P.I.T unveiled its latest creation, pitched as a game changer in the world of iris recognition. Its less grandiose terms is basically an iPhone case for cops, providing military-grade biometric scanning on the move. The O.P.I.T shell is built to provide everything an officer needs to process a suspect on the spot. Okay, there's a fingerprint scanner on the back, capacity for facial recognition, and the new guest at the party, an iris scanner. The camera's a little tricky. You have to hold it a little less than a foot away and keep it steady for a few seconds. But otherwise, using the Stratus is like taking pictures with a heavier, chunkier iPhone. Crucially, it's small enough to hold with just one hand, so the officer using it can still reach for his gun. Okay, that's all it's about. Facial recognition and eye scanning, so they can know who you are. But ultimately, all that's going to be done away with once that R.F.I.D chip comes into play, because all they're going to have to do is scan your hand, okay, or your forehead. But this is all prepping you for that R.F.I.D chip, or maybe not police officer at all. The Stratus has only been on the market a few weeks, but A.O.P.I.T is already pitching it for use at border crossing and airport security. The U.S. Department of Defense is interested too, and provided a $3 million grant for O.P.I.T to develop the tech further. Once it's normalized, scanning your iris could become as routine as swiping a credit card or waving your hand across a scanner. We really feel it's going to be an inflection point in the biometrics industry. O.P.I.T marketing director Joey Pritkin told The Verge, "We can do business, we can conduct healthcare, we can go to disaster areas. This will really open up new markets." After years of lurking in the margins, A.O.P.I.T thinks iris scanning is ready for the big time. Outside of the West, it's already there. Hundreds of millions of Indians have already been iris printed. Why? Because of the so-called white man. They're already in their scanners and all in their system, because the so-called white man got them there. He's the one that put them in their main system. Okay, they didn't choose to do that shit. When Esau went over there to Iraq and them other lands looking for terrorists, they got all their civilians up and put them in their systems. Okay, They possibly could have the chip already, along with thousands of Iraqi civilians and anyone who goes through customs regularly in Dubai. It's the gold standard of a modern ID program, easier, it's a lot easier than fingerprinting and more stable than facial recognition. All you have to do is look at the camera and open your eyes. And unlike the retinal scans, the scanner doesn't need to be up close. It's just a photograph taken in infrared, which in theory could work if taken from across the room. Crazy. If this sounds familiar, it's probably because you saw something like it in Minority Report, where omnipresent eye flashes identify everyone who walks through a public plaza. They also showed you in that movie Eagle Eye with that dude, the dude that played the Transformers. You know who the hell I'm talking about. The dude from Even Stevens. I forgot his name. The name escapes me. But they showed you in that movie Eagle Eye. Wherever he was going, the computers was tracking him. Okay. Targeting. Okay. Omnipresent eye flash identify everyone who walked through the public plaza, targeting ads at them and feeding the police information about their every move. They showed you in that movie Eagle Eye also. Even prick ticking acknowledges the president, I mean, the precedent saying, president saying, Tom Cruise did not do us any favors, but within the industry, the product is less exotic, just the latest and best solution to the present the persistent problem of quick, reliable identification. What the world look like when provided ID is as easy as taking a photograph. Like it or not, we're about to find out. Yeah, because that's the elite agenda, man. To get all of us into their system, to all of us to be slaves. Okay? But the men of the Lord, they gonna fall for this bullshit. Alright? They ain't gonna be a part of the Esau society or a system. They ain't gonna take that R.F.I.D chip because we know we was warned from the Heavenly Father and His Son that that's the mark of the beast. Okay? Like it a lot, technology's iris recognition first big rollout came at the hands of the U.S. military. Soldiers needed a way to keep track of Iraqi civilians, most of whom weren't carrying photo ID. A company called Morpho Trust built the Hide. This company, when you look it up, is just a security for your identification. Okay, they give you security identification basically. You like national ID and stuff like that. Okay, we gonna get into that. A two-handed iris scanning device. If the military was investigating the aftermath of IED and HIIDE, allowed soldiers to iris print everyone in the vicinity and check the results against a database of previous suspects. When dealing with possible enemy combatants, privacy's concerns simply weren't an issue. Okay? The technology then took a familiar path from the military to law enforcement, ultimately aiming at civilian world, USA, okay, America. As soldiers got comfortable with the tech, they started using it on friendlies too, verifying non-US nationals who wanted to work on the base. Fingerprinting a line cook every morning would have been too unwieldy, but handheld iris scanning was fast enough to work in a situation where a ID might be a matter of life or death. Okay, once iris scanning had been proven on the battlefield, it moved the federal law enforcement doing duty at customs office and border crossing sites. If you find yourself flying into Dubai, you can see it in action. The city airport recently made the switch to an automated two-gate customs system, also made by AOPTICS. Scanning your passport opens the first gate, and iris print opens the second. Once the system is fully deployed, the company says it will bring wait times down from 49 minutes to 22 seconds. And that's the reason I'm showing you this, because they all prepping for the RFID chip. They try to make things faster, so-called faster, as in um, from going in your wallet, pulling out ID and passport, to just scanning your eye. You're scanning your iris, which is the outside of your eye. Okay, the color of your eye. Okay, the bargains. Okay, the bargain is simple enough. In exchange for one more biometric, you get to skip an hour in customs or the indignity of the TSA checkpoint search. And as an ID technology, it simply works better, is less invasive, harder to fake, although still possible, and more effective at everything we want ID tech to be good at. Of course, that same effectiveness makes Minority Report future all more plausible. Okay, it's the last paragraph. Paragraphs for countries with national ID programs. Okay, for people that don't know what the national ID is. Okay, not a national identification number or national ID. National ID number or national insurance number is used by governments of many countries as means of tracking their citizens. Okay, that's that ID number. Okay, it's called a social security now, but soon it's going to be a national ID. Okay, and then after that, RFID chip. Okay, tracking their citizens, permanent residents, and temporary residents for the purpose of work, taxation, government benefits, healthcare, and other governmental related functions. The number will appear on any identity document issued by a country. The ways in which such a system is implemented are dependent on the country, but in most cases, a citizen is issued an identification or at birth, which is your social security number. When they reach the legal age, typically the age of 18, non-citizens may be issued such numbers when they entered the country, or when they granted a temporary or permanent residence permit. Okay, you got the definition for that. This Orwellian scenario is already starting to play out in collaborations with Morpho Trust. India has already iris printed 350 million of its citizens as part of the national ID program. All right, soon that national ID is going to become the RFID chip. So 350 million people is going to have that chip. Okay, and they're on track to scan all 1.2 billion this year. Mexico will roll out the first iris match ID cards in the world as part of 25 million program. In both cases, the ID will help stop fraud and provide poverty assistance, helping solve half a dozen urgent humanitarian issues at once. Despite these good intentions, this kind of mass identification has civil libertarians very worried. Okay, because there ain't no privacy no more. Okay, you lost your security. The government knows everything about you. The concern is that biometrics will be used for the mass tracking of individuals. And that's exactly the purpose of it, to track you individuals, to have a constant eye and knowing where you are, what you're doing. According to Jay Leno, according to Jay Leno of the American Civil Libertaries Union, if that kind of ID system becomes routine and widespread, it turns us into a kind of checkpoint society, and that's what's coming to America, a checkpoint society. Even in India, the system is still only used at police stations and government offices. But once the print is connected to the universal ID, that RFID chip, it's easy to imagine iris scanners becoming as complex as pulling out a driver's license. Judging by technology itself, we may be just a few technical breakthroughs away from Minority Report style eye flashes. Right now, most iris capturing happen close up because the cameras need flashes of infrared light to illuminate the eye. Too strong a flash will damage the retina, so the devices rely on weaker flashes for closer in. But aside from the flash issues, Aoptics says the same technology can work from as far as 60 feet away. That's like blocks away, a block away. Okay, the only reason the feature isn't available is that Aoptics saw more money in TSA style checkpoints. We didn't see a compelling market for the long range iris tech. Pritikin says it's essentially surveillance CCTV, but for iris and their limited market for that is good news. But small comfort and oppressive regime wanted to pick up the technology and run with it. It would be hard to stop them. For now, we're left with less invasive devices like stature and iris camera aimed squarely at U.S. law enforcement. The FBI is already building an iris system, all right, to track persons of interest. Yeah, and the persons of interest is the people of color, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Mexicans. And it's not hard to see them using Startus like device to collect prints. Iris cameras can Iris cameras haven't landed in the hands of the beat cops yet, but OpenTix is trying its best to get them there. The path of the technology from the military to local law enforcement is almost complete. The only question is, what will it look like when it gets here? And they already got this iris scanners, because when you get locked up, okay, they scan your eyes. They take pictures of your face and they have eye recognition, eye scanners. Okay, and our people, they just really gonna do it because they put it in the form of health, this solo health service shit. Okay, oh, let me see what my blood pressure is like. Oh, let me do this eye test. So our people just gonna willingly, okay, submit their information to the government because our people are sheeple, man. 2/3 of our people are sheeple. All right, I just wanted to look at this eye flash thing so you brothers can see. Brothers, matter of fact, y'all look it up for yourselves. Look up the Minority Report. Well, check out the movie Minority Report to get a better view of the eye scanners. Okay, and with that, hope you brothers was edified and y'all learned something. With that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, double honors to the elders at Great Millstone, and salutations to you Akim. Till next time, Shalom.